Hey everybody, 8-Bit Josh here, and welcome back to Aurora Zoo, and we're on our second episode now, and we've done actually quite a bit of work since the last episode. So the last episode we took a look at the interior of our kind of lodge entrance building. Today we're going to look at the detailing we did around the parking lot, which I think I mentioned in the last episode, but in case I didn't, I've never done a parking lot before in either of the Planet games, Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, and it's something that I wanted to kind of explore, I guess, with Aurora Zoo. So that's what we did, and we spent the last couple of streams working on it, and I think it turned out really, really good. Like it looks like a parking lot to me, and it was a lot of fun because, you know, like, we've all seen a million parking lots in our life, but like, how often do you really pay attention to the details? So as I was building, it was one of those things where it's like, all right, well, I kind of need to think about, like, all right, what have I seen in a parking lot? And it turned out really good. I'm really happy with this. So I probably touched on it in the last episode, but the cars, they come in this way. We added this simple little kind of rustic sign that just lets people know, like, hey, if you're in a car, drive forward. If you're in a bus, go to the right. So this is like our buses and drop-off only sign. That's kind of, it's meant to be like painted on the ground. You know, you have like in parking lots and streets and stuff, you have like painted words and let you know where to go. So the buses, they come up here, and we have a nice little like kind of loading zone here. You know, those buses that come in, they'd come up here into like the little yellow area. They'd park. We have loading A and loading B here. And I don't know, I didn't know what else to call, like, I don't know what else you would call that, like the spot where they actually load in. So I just loading A, loading B. Then we have the bollards, I think they're bollards there, which I actually am using them for like kind of what these things are meant to be used for. But I really like all of the details around here. Doing the kind of it's the tundra biome, but I'm going for sort of a Rocky Mountain. It kind of makes me think of like Colorado kind of theme. So there's going to be lots of like pines and firs and different trees like that. You're not going to get a lot of flowers. It's going to be a lot of things like all of this down here, just like real kind of sparse. If there are going to be flowers, it's going to be, you know, something a little bit like this. Like I wanted to put in these like little medians here with just, again, some simple flowers, a couple like bushes right in the middle there. And then we have like the lights there, which light up everything very nicely. These were kind of fun. I don't know what you call these. I think they're just called curbs as well. They're like just those little things that they put in parking spots to keep the cars from, I don't know, rolling forward or whatever. So that was an interesting thing to come up with. I was actually thinking I might duplicate all these, take a second one and wrap it around. Like, let's see. Take that guy. So it kind of looks like that. I think that looks a little bit better than that does. So I might go through and do that, but that was a fun thing to use. This is just a fountain cap. So if we lift it up, you can see that's all that is. Pretty simple. And you know, like I said, I've never done a parking lot before, so it was fun coming up with, you know, ways to make all the things that you see in a parking lot. Like, for instance, the little crosswalks there. I figure, you know, you park, you come out here and then you can just walk all the way over there. And yeah, this parking lot is basically identical to that one. I really, really, really like this area. Like, I think that looks really good just going down that way. Did a little bit of detailing here along the river. I'll probably do like off stream. I need to like just add a whole bunch of trees on the mountainsides here because I really, really want this whole thing to look secluded and feel like you're kind of just like right in the middle of the mountains. And I think once it's all done, it's gonna look really cool. I'm super excited about it. I also added like we put some benches here, and I thought, you know what, let's put like some covers over the benches because it's cold. It could be snowing. It might snow at some point, so let's let people get out from under it. So, you know, maybe you're waiting for your bus to come or somebody in their car to come pick you up, and you're just gonna sit under here, and you're gonna be, I mean, it's not gonna be perfect protection if it were snowing, but it's enough that it's like it would be over your head, and yeah. I also did an implied kind of like ticket information building here, so if you're a guest, you could come in here, you could buy tickets for like the ticket for to get into the zoo, or just some information about like some maps or things like that. Again, it's implied, there's nothing actually in there. And then here, I like this as well. So coming off of this parking lot, we have the crosswalks because people are gonna actually go over top of the road here. So over here, we don't have a road. So I just made this simple little area here with some ropes to make sure people stay on the path when they're walking from the parking lot over here. It's just a pretty simple, I mean, it's all pretty simple when you talk about it, but then all together as one thing, it all came together so nicely, and I'm really, really happy with it. The more I have started building in this and detailing, the more excited I get because it's just going to be so much different than Wildlife World, but it's going to be so good. I was a little nervous about using this biome, but now that we've started in, I'm really digging it. I also figured out, I talked about this last episode, you know that in the tundra biome, when you build something, it is automatically just covered with snow. So like, you take this guy over here, no snow, move him over here, it's automatically covered in snow. So to work around that, I did put heaters under here. There's a lot of heaters under the ground, and I figured out if you set the temperature to about 3 degrees Celsius on the heaters, it leaves just the like little faintest hint of snow, kind of like just a little dusting of snow. Because I was saying this on stream, it's like if you're in a public place like this, especially a parking lot and place where people are going to be walking around, you're going to have crews that are going to shovel up and clean up the snow, right? But it's never going to be perfect. You can never get like all of the snow. So I found out that if you do the heater at 3 degrees Celsius, it leaves like this nice little kind of dusting of snow. So it still looks like it's a snowy area, but it's safe enough for people to drive and walk around on. And plus it looks really good kind of surrounded by the snow everywhere else. And then finally, what else did I do? Oh yeah, I did add the door here. I added like a mini atrium, I think it could be called. I don't really know the terminology, but I figured maybe this would be like a little newer add-on that they added on at some point. So you got this just nice little atrium here for people. I don't know if I want to do any more detailing on like the glass walls or I don't know if maybe I should swap out the glass on this side with maybe just a wooden wall, and then we'll save, I don't know, maybe we'll do wood on this side and the roof, and then just do the glass on the front. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. I literally just thought of that just now after seeing this. Otherwise, we could just keep it as glass. Looks pretty good. And then I started doing a little bit of pre-planning, finally getting into the zoo. So you come out of the lodge, we'll have like another little kind of plaza here. I mentioned wanting to do more, not do more, but plan better with the transportation. So I already got the monorail started. This is gonna be another big building, big interior. And I figured we could do another like little food court on the inside here. I'm kind of thinking like similar to this, kind of like the wood, or not wood, the stone foundation with some wood. Maybe the front of this will be like all glass, because I don't know, I think that's a cool look with the kind of the rustic wood and stone, and then mixing it with a little bit more modern like glass and stuff. And then yeah, so we'll go over here. We'll have some more shops. I think this may be like our little main street, but I'm thinking I want to do like I just want the zoo to kind of circle around on itself. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we want to do, but that's kind of my initial thought at first, is it'll just kind of be one big loop. Wildlife World kind of started that way, but it just grew to such a massive size that it really wasn't much of a loop anymore. But I don't know. We'll see. But there's so much we can do. We could get into our first animal enclosure at some point. Maybe right over here would be a good spot, or we could have something right in the front. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far, but I wanted to at least get a little bit of pre-planning going here. And I wanted to show you guys so you can kind of see what we're doing. I keep moving these around. These are just random pieces that I used when decorating the interior of the lodge building. I just keep moving them around because I don't want to delete them just yet, but as we keep expanding, I'm gonna have to move them somewhere else. So anyway, that's where we are in Aurora Zoo. I love this view. I think it looks so good. Really, really happy with this. It's a weird thing to say, be excited about a parking lot, but I think it looks really good, and hopefully you guys agree. So as always, be sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I want to know what you guys think. If you have ideas for the zoo, please leave them below so I can try to use them. I always do my best to implement them if you have any ideas, and then we'll go from there. I also stream Planet Zoo every single weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, over on my Twitch channel. The link to that is always in the description down below. So if you're ever interested in hanging out and building live with us, make sure to give my channel a follow. So I already said this, but leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. I am 8-Bit Josh, and thanks for watching. See ya.